You're watching the Community MMA.
What up? It's your boy Chris Cross checking in. This is the Community MMA. Welcome to today's podcast. And today's an important topic because we're talking about one of my favorite fighters, my favorite topic in all of the UFC, and that's Khamzat Chimaev. And we've been here too many times contemplating, speculating on who the next fight may be. And of course, by now you know it's going to be Paulo Costa. That fight announced several weeks ago. We've already done a podcast with the predictions, broke down the fight as well as Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira, the rematch. That's on this card too. So this card in Abu Dhabi at UFC 294 is going to be absolutely ridiculous. But today the primary focus is on Khamzat versus Paulo Costa. And you know, Khamzat, again, one of my favorite fighters. That's why he's number one on the dude list. And this is a list that gets people fired up from time to time. Why is Khamzat one? John Jones at two makes sense. Maybe number one, I get it. But Khamzat's number one because that's my favorite fighter, best prospect in the UFC, most likely to win a UFC title. Doesn't mean anyone else like Dricus du Plessis can't win and Colby Covington can't beat Leon Edwards, who we'll be rooting for when that fight's announced. But I'm just saying the most likely guy to win a title, maybe two, and hopefully three, welterweight, middleweight, light heavyweight, would be Khamzat Chimaev. And that's why he's in there, because this is the guy that has a potential to win 3 belts. And some of you think we're crazy. And I say we because I'm not the only one. You'll see in the comments on this video and other videos, I'm not the only one. I believe this probably since his second fight. And then when he KO'd Gerald Meerschaert in 17 seconds, I really became a believer. Make no mistake about it. I instantly became a believer. Now, against Paulo Costa, right? You see here the middleweight rankings. Paulo Costa's not even in the top 5. He's number 7. So this is only going to do so much for Khamzat. He's still going to have the same problem trying to find fights after this one. Which one of these guys on this list is going to fight him? Pereira seems destined now to remain in the light heavyweight division. So a Robert Whittaker would be a great potential fight. A Jared Cannonier, who we thought he would fight in this one, but he'll probably have to fight him next. And then you're talking a title shot. And it gives him time really for du Plessis and Adesanya to play this thing out, because if Adesanya wins, then the middleweight title is available. He'll try to go to light heavyweight. If du Plessis wins, then you got to wait on the rematch. Then you're talking a year from the first fight. So if du Plessis wins, it's going to be a year before Khamzat will fight for the middleweight title. And that's not cool, to say the least. That's not cool. And all this assuming, again, Khamzat wins against Paulo Costa. So we're going to go back now, put together a clip here of previous reactions throughout Khamzat's time in the UFC. Some big finishes, some scary decisions, against Gilbert Burns. So let's get to that now. And then when we come back, we'll look at Paulo Costa's journey. This guy's got a lot of momentum behind him and a lot of fan support already. Just at 7-0. And now McKee still remains on the ground. He's on all fours, and Chimaev just continues to wail away. Ref is now warning Rice McKee to get out of it. And now he's just pounding away. Chimaev left, right, left. Oh boy, and McKee's in all types of trouble. The ref's got to step in here, and he does. It's over. Wow. Khamzat Chimaev breaks the UFC record for quickest turnaround victories ever. 2 wins in 10 days. He'll move to 8-0. And what a finish there. Wow. 35 significant strikes to 0 in favor of Khamzat Chimaev. So they put him in this main card for a reason, because he's got a lot of support. And guess what? He probably just earned himself the possibility of getting a ranked fighter, either next fight or the fight after this. Chimaev beginning aggressively like he always does. And I can already tell Meerschaert's backing off and running away. Here
Oh, a big right hand.
Holy crap, this guy's stock is rising fast. 14 seconds. And Meerschaert's on the ground asking what happened. You don't even know. He's in another world. Oh, my gosh.
We wait for the official decision. It should be 29-28 in all 3. Let's go. All right, don't rob this man, please. 29-28, all 3. It's got to be Khamzat. It's not even... Yes, bro. Yes. Yes. Damn right. Let's go. Ooh. Ooh wee. Ooh wee. And a little booze coming from the crowd. I mean, it was a great fight, but listen, there you see. Khamzat Chimaev will be number 2. Should be. They might put him at 3 now because of the decision, but he still won this fight. He remains undefeated, 11-0. Let's go. Man, and Kevin Holland's in trouble a little bit. Now he rolls out of it, and Khamzat goes right back to it. Man, relentless, man. Relentless. And Khamzat is squeezing, but Kevin Holland continues to roll out of it. And Khamzat rolls back again. And, man, Kevin Holland is really good, but, man, Khamzat Chimaev is even better with the DR's choke. And Kevin Holland's in a little bit of trouble here. He's not moving as much. Come on, let's finish this, Khamzat. Let's finish this. He taps. Let's go. Let's go, baby. Let's go. Woo!
Yeah, we were excited on that last one because, you know, the finish is huge. And then it was all the talk about he didn't make weight against Nate Diaz. He really didn't care about that fight. Against Gilbert Burns, he snuck out a decision, and that cost him a title shot, right? If he KOs Burns, I think he jumps ahead of Leon, and he most likely gets the title shot before Leon and is the champion right now. So that was a little bit of a setback, and then not making weight, you know, hurt him among some of the UFC fan base, but they'll come back. You know, as this guy keeps winning, they'll come back and support him. But there's going to be a lot of people that hope he loses against Paulo Costa. Please believe it. I mean, unfortunately. But you're going to have to learn the hard way because he's not losing this fight. Now, Costa's had a lot of decisions, but here's a big finish when he fought Israel Adesanya. Of course, it didn't go his way, but that was a big-time fight at the time.
And a big shot by Adesanya. Costa's in serious trouble here. Wow, and Izzy's just banging away. And the ref stops it. That's it. Israel Adesanya retains the middleweight championship, just like he said he would. Wow. And Izzy's trying to leave the octagon. They won't let him. Now he's dancing. Oh, man. Wow. Israel Adesanya KOs Paulo Costa in round number 2. And he just chopped away at Paulo Costa's lead leg, the left leg. And that thing was just black and blue. And finally, Izzy just caught him. Paulo Costa goes down. And Adesanya continues banging away, and the ref stops the fight. And I don't think anyone expected Paulo Costa to go down in the second round. But wow, Israel Adesanya wasted no time. And here he goes. He's doing his break dance in the ring, spinning around. Oh, man. I can't wait to see this replay. Significant strikes, 53-12. And it was Paulo Costa in round 1 taunting Adesanya, even as the significant strikes racked up.
Yeah, and so Costa got destroyed in that fight. But it's also why you're going to see the best Paulo Costa in this fight. He knows he can't take fights lightly anymore. He's going to come in the best shape ever. You know, these two have a beef with one another. If you haven't been following, Costa says he can't see Khamzat beating him. Khamzat said earlier in the week, it's good. I'll make that guy cry in the cage like I always do. He said in his upcoming fight against Costa in Abu Dhabi, smash somebody, make money, make that guy cry, go home and be in Brazil. Nobody likes him, speaking of Costa. All Brazilians write to me and support me. That guy's not Brazilian, so I'm going to go and smash this guy and make him cry. And Khamzat continues in the interview, saying why he hasn't fought so long. I don't know. I make everybody scared. I don't know. I fight with everybody. Ask Dana White. I never said no. I'm ready always. I've been out a long time out. I've been training all the time. When big money comes, it's hard to make a fight for me. You know, and speaking of a potential clash with Glover Teixeira, you know, I'll fight in all divisions. For me, it doesn't matter. I asked Dana White when somebody dropped out, I asked to fight with Glover for the title at light heavyweight. So, this is a guy that wants to move up divisions, continue to fight in multiple divisions, and win multiple belts. And that's really what a fan like me and some of you out there, a lot of you out there, want to hear. We want to hear that he has aspirations to go up. See, I thought he should have fought Magomed Ankalaev at 294. Because if he wins that, he's guaranteed a title shot. If he beats Costa, he's not. Even if he KOs him in 30 seconds. I mean, there's still people going to say, oh, well, you got to beat someone better. Everyone KO'd, Israel KO'd him and yada, yada, yada. So it's just the way this thing is going to go. But I look forward to seeing the guy fight.
Khamzat Chimaev!
For sure. And, when this fight was announced, it was sheer pandemonium.
Yes!
So, I mean, the guy continues to win. You can get on him against Burns, but making weight at welterweight is going to become tougher and tougher. And that's why that's probably now the toughest one for him to win. But he continues to win when he fights.
This guy's stock is rising fast.
Make no mistake about it. He continues to win. And, it's just going to be exciting. And then after that, you got to regather yourself, and you got Islam Makhachev versus Charles Oliveira, the rematch. I can't wait for that one, for sure. As we jump into the Q&A, right? Eldred GES or GE Sawyer says, I do surely hope that Paulo Costa is taking this fight with Khamzat very seriously. Costa cannot afford to mess around with that gourmet Chechenian, like he had done with Israel Adesanya last time in Abu Dhabi. And I agree. I mean, this is why you're going to see the best Costa. This is what we want as a Khamzat fan. We want the best. We all know how that fight ended, up with Costa getting embarrassed by that last style bender inside that octagon on Yaz Island, for sure. Now, as we weigh in on some other fights, the Contender Series is coming up, so people getting geared up for that. That starts in just a few days. One writer says Cortez by KO. Another writer below says Talbot for the win. So, you have a big fight there. Speaking of Corey Sandhagen and Rob Font, by the time most of y'all listen to this, it might have passed, but one listener says Corey inside the distance. I don't think Font will have room to even breathe this fight. Yeah, that's going to be a good one on short notice. Christopher weighs in. You do a great job capping fights. Appreciate the work you put in. I mean, we try to get all the predictions in, and 198 and 114 on the year right now. We'll take that. 19-6 in the main event. We struggled a little bit in the last 3 or 4 weeks, winning just 1 or 2. So hopefully we can get back on it in the win column, at least in the main events. But still, 19-6 isn't bad. Someone else weighs in. Why nobody show us significant strikes? Speaking of tough 31, McGregor versus Chandler. It was obvious Valiev won. And that was a big fight against Brad Katona this past week. It was a split decision win for Katona. Katona didn't show anything except pressure. It is an American show for American watchers. It's better to have Katona in the final. And there might be something to be said about that, but I thought the fight was close enough to where it could go either way. I did think Tamur won, though. So I kind of get what you're saying. At Kamikaze says, team what? LMAO. Blaine Griffin weighed in, says, I figured Gaethje would win a close decision, but you can't ever count out Justin finishing his opponents. And, that's still coming down from that one. UFC 291, Justin Gaethje with the huge finish, making it an epic experience in Utah, back-to-back times, head strike finish, going back to Leon versus Kamaru Usman. And it's just crazy that Utah got to see that twice. And there's a lot of people in the crowd for both of them. It's like witnessing history repeat itself. Deja vu. Same finish. Unbelievable. But listen, we got a lot of work to do coming up. A lot of predictions, highlights still coming at you. But we had to break down Khamzat versus Costa even further and let you know exactly what we think is going to happen. For now, this is your boy Chris Cross. I hope you have a great day. God bless. Peace.